Hey everyone, my name is Alyse. Welcome back to another video. Today I got my first place deck profile from the Minneapolis regional, hosted by none other than TGG Gaming. Weird. I seem to always do well at these TGG regionals, but we'll take that. Played Tearlament branded for the event. I felt like it's the best tier variant because it just like gave you the best kind of grind and like way to play through hand traps, and the cards just synergize really well with itself. Like I play a very small branded engine, but that just kind of felt enough to not muddle the deck, still play enough defensive cards, and just felt overall well flowing. I mean, I wasn't even supposed to be playing this deck to start the format, but Brooke took my Sprite cards, so I had to play tier, and I've just liked it since, so we'll take those. But quick shout outs before we get into the deck profile. Of course, shout out to the sponsor, Ophidian Accessories. Use code Ophidian5 for 5% off your entire purchase on some of the nicest looking cloth mats on the market for some of the cheapest prices. Really appreciate if you check them out. They got new designs every week. They're really cool, so you check them out. And shout out to Ethan Shorten, aka Celestial TCG, always lending me cards and, you know, being the homie and all that stuff. Make sure you buy product from him on Facebook and when he opens a website. And shout out to Lundredy for giving me the deck list. Wouldn't have done it without him, obviously, the GOAT. Shout out to Brooke for being best girlfriend. Shout out to Lang and Kyle for always lending me cards and just being huge testing partners lately, because we've all been on tier, and just like learning this deck has just been a fucking process. I hate it, but like it's also been really rewarding. And yeah, and shout out to Hender, aka TGG, best old because of Minnesota. Hender's alright, I guess.
I'm the best.
And yeah, also if you're going to the Iowa Regional next weekend, we'll be there. We're the ones running it. I don't know if I'll be on staff or playing, but come say hey. And shout out to Justin Singh, he didn't do anything. Also, check out all my social media links down below. Also, Medify if you want coaching for some reason. But let's just get into it. So, we got maxed out tier names. So, 3 Rhino, 3 Sheeran, 3 Havness, and 3 Merly. I don't think you can play any less. Plus, this is like a Tearlament focused deck, so they're all fine. Havness pisses me off a lot, but who doesn't get pissed off by it?
I don't.
You don't even know what it is.
I do.
What is it?
A Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Okay, sure. And why am I laughing this much about it? All right. 3 King of the Swamp. So since the tier focus list, this card works really well since, you know, it's an aqua water, and also searching poly is really nice, and just the amount of things you can go into because of you playing this card, I think completely warrants, you know, playing the deck. I think it really helps your grind a lot more, and just like the playmakers you can have, and just being able to easier make like Kit Kalos because of it being an aqua is really nice too, or even like subbing in for Rhino Heart for Kaleido. Like it just has so many multifaceted uses that I think it really helps the deck explode a lot more. So I really like the card a lot, and it helps make the variant really good. And last monster in the main deck is 1 Fallen of Albaz. It's all I play for like the branded engine besides like Branded Fusion. I don't think playing additional like Despia cards are really that good. I think they just muddle the deck too much, and I think you can have like a good enough grind without having to play anything else, and it just feels like this on its own gives it enough of the push to the deck to, like, you know, do what it needs to do. So I really like playing the small engine a lot. That is it for the monsters. For spells, got 3 field spell, which I don't know how to pronounce, and 1 terraforming. Yeah, these cards are insane. Then for fusion cards, 3 branded fusion, 3 super poly, 2 poly, and 1 instant fusion. Super poly is like one of my defensive cards, just because the thought process is you kind of, since you have such a low amount of defensive card slots in the deck, you kind of want them to be like the most impactful cards, and Super Poly is just really good right now, even like against Sprite. So there's just some way to always make it good. So I think the card's insane. And then I think everything else is self-explanatory. Branded Fusion, like on its own, being like a +3 for like board advantage is really nice. Just the synergy it has with the deck, I think is just too insane not to consider it. And then for other defensive card, 3 Dark Ruler. Like I said, with Super Poly, just want the most impactful cards, and this is obviously one of the most impactful cards right now. And don't play Prosperity, but I do play Desires. So there's enough cards in your deck. Like, I know it conflicts with one Albaz, but like, there's enough cards where you can afford to banish it, or banish cards, and like the drawing 2 on top of already playing a really strong deck just makes your deck even stronger, and it ends up winning you the grind even if you banish a couple too many resources or a couple key ones. Like, sometimes banishing the trap cards suck, but the sheer advantage you get off of it just makes up for it, and why wouldn't you want to draw 2? Then last spell is 1 Call by the Grave. Yeah, it's good, obviously. And then for traps, got the 1 Meta Noise and the 1 Stuleek. I wouldn't play any more of these. I think once you get set up enough, you don't need additional. And then the only hand trap I play in my deck is 3 Imperm. So this is opposed to any other hand trap, or maybe like the other thing I was considering was Talents, but it gives you the option of a hand trap, so you're not completely dead in the water, so you can at least attempt to do something. But and it's also just good to play into boards with. It just does enough in like multifaceted uses that it ends up being the most impactful card compared to anything else. Also, dodging Talents is pretty nice, so even though Havness already does that, so oops. But we'll get into the extra deck. Main deck is 40 cards. So glad to say that again. We love 40 cards. Something DB grinder. 2 Kit Kalos and 1 Kaleido Heart. I kind of would almost consider playing 3 and 2 of this, but space just, I mean, there's kind of space, but there's kind of not. But usually you can get by with these. It would just be like, it's usually not a big deal. It's just in weird game states it would be nice, but it's not really that big of a deal. And then for the branded fusions, the 1 Lubellion, 1 Mirror Jade, 1 Alba. This ends up being just the most impactful one compared to the other ones to send off of Mirror Jade, just because searching Poly or Instant Fusion or Branded Fusion is so nice, and yeah, it works out. Plus, like, it's so easy to recycle all of these cards and just continuously loop them, so that's pretty cool. And then got, for the Random Fusions, 2 Dragon's Pelia, 1 Millennium Eyes, they all come up. And then for the random Super Poly targets, got the 1 Garura and the 1 Mud Dragon. I hard make these a lot of the time because, like, going summon this field spell, pop it, draw a card, you can always just put it back later to make another Dragon's Pelia, and then like just putting it back like Albaz and just other names is really nice to do. So it actually comes up to hard make them as opposed to just super poly them, so that's always cool. Last fusion is a Guardian Chimera, card insane, weird. And then for XYZs, got the 1 Redoer and the 1 Dweller. The Dweller was a last second decision because I had like a flex spot in the deck, and weighing all the choices, Dwellers felt like the most impactful one for like multiple different, or you know, mainly for tier, but like other decks too. But I ended up not summoning it once, so oops. But Redoer's really good. But I don't know what else I play inside Dweller yet, but that's yet to be seen. And last card is 1 Dark. This card's fine. I didn't summon it once though, but it comes up sometimes, especially in the mirror. And then for side deck, got 3 Sphere Mode and 2 Lava Golem. In the essence of not playing additional hand traps, because, you know, like I said in the main deck, since you only play 9 slots, you kind of just want board breakers to be the thing. These are the next best board breakers, especially since usually you can find a way to not use your normal summon and be fine. And they just clear the most things and do the most. Also, funny thing with Lava Golem, it activates, so you can technically trigger Havness. Kind of bad, but, or it activates to burn the 1000, so you can do that on that. But then also Sphere Mode cannot be deck devied, so that's nifty. And for back row stuff, 1 Duster, 1 Reboot, and 3 Evenly. The reason for Evenly compared to like playing Lightning Storm or Twin or something else that could probably help with mine is that it just is good enough against like enough different matchups to where you don't just put it in for back row decks, and so it ends up, you know, working out. And honestly, the philosophy I have on mine is like, if they have it, they're already planning on like, you know, protecting it enough or know how to play it right, so it just better have it and be good, I guess. I don't know. So I'm not like gonna cater all my stuff to just beating mine. But yeah, I think this back row removal is enough, and evenly just being multifaceted use is really nice. And then for going first cards, got 3 Judgment and 2 Appointer. It's just the space I had. Like, if I could have played 3 Lava Golem and 3 Appointer, that would have been nice, but that's just the space I had, and like the numbers worked out for like siding patterns and whatnot, so it ended up being, you know, all good. And yeah, that's it for the deck profile. Happy to get another regional win. That's regional win number 3 for me, so that's pretty cool. And I got to pull Starlight on my entry packs, so that was really cool too. Shout out to Hender once again, even though it was Christian that gave me the packs, but yeah. Yeah, that's it for the deck profile. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully have more up for you soon. Bye everybody.